I'm so confused right now. I don't know if I'm shocked or Trustee Norwood.
He believes that if he smirks while he talks, then people believe that he's clearly correct. I mean, look how confused he looks. He looks so confident in what he's saying. This is clearly how he stole that money from the other place he was working at. Hey yo, it's your girl J9 Eve. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, share the video, get into the comments. Let me know what you think about this, okay? Keith Freeman had got caught. He got caught accidentally. It's a mistake. It was a slip of the tongue. He accidentally told the actual financial state of Doton. He accidentally told it. And it was Miss Norwood who actually made him slip up, okay? So that they were broke. They were indeed broke. There wasn't money. They can vote on to pay these bills all they want to, but if the money don't exist, it don't exist. And he accidentally told that during this meeting. So we're gonna just hop right on in, dilly dally, okay? And you guys will see what I'm talking about.
But now, as a mayor, because this is something that you want to enforce, you don't find it fit for us to get the information. And then you sit here and say, oh, well, they don't want to approve it. How about you bring the RFPs in front of us? We all discuss it. How about we have a meeting, the first meeting that we're supposed to have, which is the CAL meeting, and then you present the vendors to us. We know exactly what's going on, not just us, but the community. It's their money also. If you present it, then we know what's coming, and we're not surprised. Every month we get a warrant list, and we have 50 different vendors. You say to us, oh, well, you being a follower. Well, how about when you all sent the email, it was approved for the $1 million for 5-star. That was approved, $1 million. I said, hey, Mayor, are you sure we have the money? You said, yeah, we have the money. So if we have the money, to me, it would make sense to write the check out for the $1 million and pay the people.
Exactly.
But if we're not paying the people that's already need to be paid, and every month you're coming and you're shoving these bills in front of our face and saying, pay it, pay it, pay it. How do we know where we stand financially?
Yes.
We don't. And that's our concern. You sit here and say, well, why? Because we cannot afford it. If we're in a $2.6 million deficit, a deficit sounds like we can't afford it. So we should prioritize. And that's all we're stating. You get up here, you make it personal, this and that. We're here to do a job. My job is to oversee the finances. And that's what I'm here to do. So you can stay all day long, follow leader. You be a good leader and bring the RFPs in front of us. That way we all know, the community know who's doing the work. It's 10 different vendors on here doing grass. Who is our main grass vendor?
Damn.
What grass is getting cut? How much grass is there?
10? They got 10 vendors on there that's just doing grass. How many of those people you think are just Tiffany's buddies? They're just her friends. How many? All? Yeah, me too. That was what I was thinking also.
These are things that you should present to us. You say, call me. Why are we calling you?
Just
As
call
a
her.
good leader, you should present the information to us. And we won't have to call you. We'll know. And we'll
Brittany, she would have told you if you called her.
all be aware. But that's my stance on it. If you present it to us ahead of time, we'll know. You sit here and you say, oh, well, they don't want to pay this, they don't want to pay that. Explain to us exactly what we're paying. Pay 5-star their $1 million and let's go from there. Then we know how much money we have so we can continue paying vendors. If we break it up, how are we going to know? If he signed the checks breaking up, how are we going to know when the money goes out?
So they're voting to pay the things. This is when they were like voting to pay these things. But then the checks just aren't going out. This is what led to the whole thing of where everybody's talking about how on somebody's desk, there's a bunch of checks that just ain't been given out because they've been approving for these things to be paid and they just ain't been being paid. And then to hear Tiffany, they have like all this extra money. But not only are they not in debt, that they have a surplus. They have like extra money. So they have way more than what they need. So if that were the case, then clearly if there were bills to be paid, they voted to pay them, they would just be, and they wrote the checks, signed the checks. Why would they not be giving them out? Because she knows there isn't. You get it? Because she knows there isn't. That money doesn't exist. That she's a fucking liar. That's why.
So what? 250,000 is going to go out now. 250,000 is going to go out in September, October. 200. How are we doing this? Why not just pay them so that we know what we're approving? That's my concern. us having the money and being financially responsible. That's it. All I'm saying is do RFPs so we know. And then we won't have this fight. Like you stated, we've been doing this for 2 years. For 2 years, you've never presented us an RFP. We've had one RFP. So for once, we knew exactly what was happening. And that was it. So again, if you could present the things to us so that we can do our job and make a good financial decision regarding the finances, then we won't sit up here and bicker every time it's time for finances. But it's the surprise for me, the element of surprise. So thank you. That's my stance on it. You do our piece. We won't sit here and argue. We'll know who's doing the work, and it won't be a surprise. Thank you, Mayor.
All right, and so now Keith is going to come. Keith is going to speak. Okay. So now Keith is going to he's discombobulated. He's going to be like, what? I can't believe what I'm hearing. This is how he's going to start. You'll see. It's hilarious, especially in retrospect, knowing what we know now. It's pretty funny in retrospect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm so confused right now. I don't know if I'm shocked or Trustee Norwood. In October, you got a warrant list for $389,000 and $400 for $389,400 for 5-star. And then in November, y'all got another warrant list for $319,600. And then in December, y'all got another warrant list for $741,000. And then in January, you got a new one for $745,000. March, y'all got one for $922,000. April, y'all got one. I'm just so confused. How in the world did you not know that these individual bills or these individual payments were I know that they were gonna add up to one big check, but why in the world would we issue out one big check when all of these bills you guys passed up every single month? Why would we not issue them out the way that they were presented to us every single month? And you can't say they weren't presented to you because you got them every single month. You got them in October, November, December, January, March, April.
He believes that if he smirks while he talks, then people believe that he's clearly correct. I mean, look how confused he looks. He looks so confident in what he's saying. This is clearly how he stole that money from the other place he was working at.
June, you got them that way. You got them. They were presented to you that way. And there's no rule, no law, unless you could tell me one. Mike Delgado, is there a law that states that they have to pay, that the bills have to be paid in one lump sum check when it's approved on a warrant?
No.
Okay,
so if you got it,
all the bills have to be paid all together at the same time when they vote to pay the bills. Do they all have to be paid at the same time? So he's saying, what, we don't have to pay them all at the same time. Okay, how about a year apart though? Like, does that seem weird to you? Does that seem weird to you? And how are we going to know when they get paid? Because if we vote them now to pay them, if we say, yes, we're going to pay them now, and y'all say, okay, and y'all write the check, but then y'all don't pay it. And then next year come around and that same thing is now on that budget. It got voted on to be paid for this one. So that money, where's the money from this year? If it's going to end up being on there still next year because you didn't pay it when we said to pay it. You see what I'm saying? Like they keep kicking the can and then they just spending that money every year instead of paying that bill. It's much more. This is what Keith should have said. If he was feeling honest, he would have said, look, Tiffany wants some new Gucci boots. Okay. We can't pay this bill this month. I'm sorry. We have to prioritize. Just be honest. You know what I'm saying? You want to do your ridiculous chuckle. Do that. Like, say that. And then do the ridiculous chuckle. Do that. And then, it'd be just as funny to me, regardless.
For a fact that that's how it was issued to you. Why would we not present the check to you the same way that it was issued? You guys chose not to pay the bills. We're giving it back to you the same way that we presented it to you before.
Okay, so I'm glad you're speaking, Mr. Freeman.
Thank you.
You sent an email.
I usually don't get.
And I was so happy that you did.
I never get a chance to talk to you. I usually talk to Jason House over there.
And I appreciate your time.
Thank
right?
you. Okay.
So And just say yes or no, because I don't even want to go back and forth. I've already expressed how I felt about
I
it.
know how you
I've
feel.
already expressed my vote, right?
Yes,
So
I know how you feel. Yes.
The question is, and it's just a yes or no. Did you or did you not send an
Look at Tiffany over here in this neon green, standing out like a sore orange thumb. Okay, just standing out like a sore orange thumb. Just look at her. Look at this thing. I mean, how can you miss her? I don't even know why I needed to say it. I mean, it'd be hard to not notice.
And just say yes or no, because
Okay.
I don't even want to go back and forth. I've already expressed how I felt about
I
it.
know how you feel.
I've already expressed my vote, right?
Yes,
So
I know how you
So
feel.
yes or no?
Yes.
the
She gonna ask a yes or no question to this man. Let's see how this goes.
question is, and it's just a yes or no.
Uh-huh.
Did you or did you not send an email stating that we cannot afford to pay the $1 million in one check? And you explain
So she's saying, did you say that we can't afford? That's what she said, right?
to us that you wanted to have the checks broken down.
I said that would be the responsible thing.
Okay, because you said,
But I did not say that we can afford. I did not use the word afford.
He said that would be the responsible thing. Like, think of it like this. The way that Tiffany describes their financial situation is they have way more money than they need, which makes them like the equivalent of, say, rich people. Now, when rich people pay their bills, just their basic bills that they have to pay for their monthly bills, do they pay half of the bill? Like their monthly bills, like just a regular, like imagine a rich person, like a wealthy person. Imagine Oprah breaking her electric bill down into pieces because it's the responsible thing to do. You see what I'm saying? Like this, well, it would be more responsible to only pay part of it. But we didn't vote to pay part of it. So the problem is we didn't vote to pay part of it. They voted to pay the whole thing. So if they voted to pay the whole thing and you chose to only pay part of it, then where'd the other half of that money go? And why aren't they aware of it? Why isn't everyone being made aware that only part of it is going to be paid? Like if they're all making the vote to pay it, seems like they should all be making the vote to decide to pay part of it. Is what I'm saying. Like, and it, his little chuckle thing of like it's ridiculous is what everybody's asking. Like it's just a ridiculous thing. It's funny to me.
okay, but the email stated.
But you said you wanted me to say yes or no, so I'm going to say no.
Okay, your terminology was a financial buying, correct?
No.
Okay, so yes or no? Did you or did
You told me to say yes or
Well,
no.
you said-
Okay. All right. Enough.
She didn't complain about her saying you saying yes or no, but he just said that it's like a distracting tactic that to use, and then Tiffany knows to come in to cut this out because it is just going to end with him looking bad, and them being able to dig more into why are you deciding to pay partial of something you had us vote to pay the whole thing for.
So hold on. 1 minute, Trustee
Here
Brown.
we go.
So I just want to say this to Trustee Norwood because she said she made her statement. You guys are taking things off the warrant list that's under the threshold of the $5,000. So let me school you again because you say that you want to listen to me. I'm just educating you. All I can do is give you the facts. You're welcome. I'm about to give you the lesson.
smart.
You about to get this lesson.
You're so smart.
Yep. Y'all know I'm super smart. Come on, lot, But anyway, so basically, I just want you to know that when we
She just said Kumo Umlaude. Spell it for me. I want you to spell it, Tiffany.
give you the bills list, half of the time, most of them that Jason House is pulling off is under the 5,000. So you just stated out of your mouth that, hey, if it's over $5,000, it should go to the board. That's not even true. Over $5,000, it go to $20,000. It go to the village administrator. That's $20,000. And then clarity for RFPs. Keep talking about RFPs. Anybody over, is it 25? $25,000, you put it out for RFP. Half of the vendors that we use is under the threshold. Even with the roof and window program, why are you guys stopping things like that? That's grant money. And the threshold for a roof was 5,000 and for windows was 2,000. So what I'm saying to you is that you're putting your feet in your mouth because you keep saying the opposite of what you're saying. You have to vote.
The saying is not putting your feet in your mouth, okay? It's putting a foot in your mouth, okay? Okay, you're going too far, Tiffany. You got your big toes under your tongue. You need to stop doing that. Like you just gonna change the saying willy nilly. Okay, whatever.
On things that's for you only. You get what I'm saying? If it's $5,000, that
I
means
don't
the
get
mayor
it.
can sign off on it, right?
Nope.
If it's $20,000, the village administrator is supposed to sign on.
Nope.
We're talking about laws and rules, right?
Nope.
That's how I go.
Nope.
And if it's for a RFP, it's over 25,000. So what are we doing wrong? It's all on the warrant list. And you keep saying RFP. Now put your phone down. Don't get no help now. Just listen to what I'm saying. All I'm saying to you is that,
don't tell me what to do.
because don't text
No,
nobody.
tell me what
I
to
don't
do.
text nobody. I just want you to.
Oh, she pulling up the warrant list. She gonna tell her that they'll be messing with her. Like, I can do whatever the fuck I want with my phone. And look at this. Look at this thing over here. He over here smiling. It's so funny. In retrospect, it's all about retrospect, y'all. It's all about retrospect. Like right now, as we speak, if he were to see this video right now, me talking about him, he would see his face a grinning on the Tiffany side of the world, grinning while he be douche with Tiffany. Okay, this is what he would see, and knowing that now he has turned on Tiffany. Tiffany now hates his guts. He's now talking to Miss Norwood all friendly like while he rats out his old friend. Ain't that something? Which basically just says everything he just said was full of shit. And now we know that in retrospect.
What I'm
Do your
saying
job,
to you.
man. Just do your job.
I am. I'm doing my job. I need you to do
Damn.
your job. That's why I'm telling you,
Say what
trustee.
you saying.
Because at the
Yes,
end of the
smoke.
day, you keep following and you won't get the facts. If somebody give you the information, you still won't listen. You heard the lawyer just tell you, we don't have to talk to you guys about breaking the money up. The money can get broken up. If it's a vendor, like he just pulled out somebody else, 5-star, he had one check. Y'all still pulled it out. One check. Why y'all pull it out? That's my point. Because you guys are picking and choosing who you want to pay. One check. Trustee House just read into record that you pulling out. Why? Y'all read another vendor when it was $500 or something. Why? This is my point to you. Like, it's mess. It's people nickel and diming and picking who they want to pay.
Come on,
That's not right. You want the service or you don't want the service.
That's so weird that she's saying that, because she's talking about them not paying a whole bill, them choosing to break up and pay certain things. That's them doing that now. They ain't even the trustees. Like, this was them doing that. But now she's, oh my God, I just can't. I can't with you, Tiffany. You funny.
Then you
though.
talk about who
I
can
guess I
crash.
can,
Y'all
then.
asked that 2 board meetings ago. You know the answer. And then you talk about doing your job. Have committee meetings. Why you had no committee meeting to talk about nothing? But yet you get here and say, let's do this, let's do that. I'm saying that you on committee, but in budget, please pass the budget, y'all. All I can do is tell y'all to pass the budget. Pass the budget. Do y'all jobs. Once again, do y'all job. These are the things that I can point out to you. We can go back and forth all day long. But at the end of the day, none of y'all are doing your jobs. But when y'all get here, we put on the show, and then at the end of the day, nothing gets resolved. Nothing. All I'm asking you guys to do what's right. If you saying my threshold is $5,000, put all the bills back in that's under $5,000. If his threshold is $20,000, put all the bills back in that's under that threshold. Then what's the problem? That's within the laws. On the laws, right? We following the laws. We put it on the warrant list, right? And the laws is make sure y'all vote for it. Y'all voted on paying all them bills and didn't pay nobody. Didn't sign the checks. But that's the law, right? We did every step that you guys asked of us. But yet we still get up here and y'all take things out. Why? Because the steps is let the board approve it. Y'all approved it. Even though it was approved through the budget, but y'all approved it on the warrant list. Okay.
I'm gonna tell you something. In retrospect, think about this. Imagine this. You know, Tiffany's sitting up here in her lime green. Okay, and soon she'll be driving herself around instead of having a chauffeur. Should be so when you look outside, you'll see Tiffany drive by in a Honda Civic. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a Honda Civic. I don't know why. I don't know why I don't make these choices. It's just a vision. But just imagine her talking about all these things, talking about her vision and how everybody else needs to get on board with whatever. And then also imagine, like I said before, her driving by in her Honda Civic. Imagine it's the same person. That's going to be the same person. To be so high on that horse and then to just fall off the horse. Oh, it never ends well when you fall off a horse. I just thought that was funny. It's always funny looking back at Keith Freeman in retrospect. It's all about the retrospect with Keith, because you look back and you remember, oh my God, he was such a dick. Oh, and now he's all kissing ass for the trustees. Hilarious. And Tiffany hates his guts. Also hilarious. Okay. Y'all behave. So I'm not going to do it. Absolutely not. Just no. Okay. But mama love you. Yes, she do. Ooh. Peace.